Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me for today's creative mat flow. So I'm going to be doing a session today with some creative exercises, creative movements, kind of veering away from the traditional stuff and just keeping it fun and trying some new and different things. So like always, however, we will begin lying down and breathing. So bring yourself down to lie on your back. And just find yourself taking in a really nice deep breath here. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, empty out. Do that a few times, but as you do it, I want you today to think about it a little bit differently than maybe you have before. Think about it from a point of filling up or from the perspective of one part of your body. Think of it from the perspective of this expansion and space, these openings that you are creating and filling, and then emptying out and closing down. Find a place to focus on in your body, wherever that is, so that you can find yourself first and foremost, breathing, connected, softening, arriving. And as you do that a few times, allow your mind also to arrive. Allow it to be present here in your body and on your mat. The edges of the mat representing the boundaries that you're going to stay within for the session. And then I invite you to just take your hands down by your sides and feel a softness come into your shoulders. And then lift your hands up and let them float up with your arms, with your shoulders still staying connected into the mat. And then allow them to soften down. Exhale as you do this. Find your ribs coming together, core engaging, and then everything releasing. And I want you to start to imagine that your arms are floating up. So you're depressing your shoulders down, collecting your ribs at the front, floating your arms up, and then allowing them to touch back down. Do it 2 more times. Exhale, floating up, lifting. Inhale, lowering. Last time, exhale, floating, lifting, inhale, and lower. And then you're going to start with your right leg, and you're going to take both of your hands, clasp them together, crossing your fingers over, and put them against your knee. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can have your hands stacked on top of each other. But I want you to, before you move anywhere else in your body, feel that your knee pushes into your hands and your hands push into your knee. Then on your exhale, you're going to continue that, lifting up into your curl up, and then inhale and lower. Exhale, lift up, feel the resistance. Inhale and lower. Now this is actually, or you should start to feel this into your lower abdominals here. Feel that connection from your core. And then I want you to hold up on the next one. You're going to leave just your right hand there. Take your left hand behind your head. And we're going to hold up here. Continue to feel this opposition. So I'm pushing in with the right hand as I push against with the right knee. Breathing through, connecting. And then swap your hands. You're going to take the left hand along your inner thigh, or along the inside of your knee. Exhale, press the inside against your hand, hand against the inside of your knee, and then release it. Exhale, pushing, curling up a little higher if you can. Inhale, release. Exhale, pressing in, resisting. Inhale, release. One more there. And then take your hands both around your knee and allow yourself back down. Hug your knee into your chest, gently lengthening out that other leg along the mat. And I want you to just draw a little circle here. A little bit of rotation of your femur in your hip socket, providing you don't have any issues with your hips. And if your pelvis rocks around a little, that's okay. Let that space come through as you move around. Drawing your second knee in towards your chest. Keeping them both there, and then exhale as you lift yourself up. Find your neutral spine here. And just thinking about this core connection. So you're drawing your belly in, and then you're going to take your arms up and your legs out. And then bring them back together. Up and out. Feel this sense of deep connection from your core. And if it gets too much any time, of course, bring yourself down. Now I want you to hold on this one. Alternating arms. One comes up and returns, other comes up and returns. Keep connecting in from your center for 3, 2, last one. Then they both return to your legs, lower down. Place your right leg onto the floor. Left leg is going to stay up in tabletop. Clasp your hands together, pushing them against your knee. As you exhale, you're lifting up, knee against hand, hand against knee, and return. So just find this again, deepening work, drawing your belly away from your pants toward your spine without imprinting your spine into the mat. Feel that opposition. It's like your hands and knee are in this battle against each other, both trying to move the other. Exhaling as you come up. Now you're going to come up this time. Leave just your left hand on. Right hand comes behind your head. Feel that work in that opposition. Hand pushes in and then release. Exhale. Resist and release. So there's not really any massive movements here. It's very subtle. But if you're pushing against your knee and your hand is pushing, your knee is pushing it back against your hand, then you'll really feel this strongly in your lower abdominals. 2 more. Last one. Then switch your hands over. Other hand to the inside of your knee. And staying up in your curl up. Resist now. Push the inside of your knee against your hand and release. Exhale, push it against it, and release. Looking for your breath, looking for that connection from your core, neutrality in your pelvis. Last 3, 2, last one. Very good. Then bring yourself down. You can hug your knee into your chest, lengthen that other leg out. And just like before, make those subtle circles here. Moving it around. Let it be a little bit free there. Try not to be in any restrictions. And just breathe into this space. And then once you've done that, I want you to place that foot down onto the floor. So your knee is still going to be bent. And then take your hands here out to your sides and allow that knee to roll over your body. And then back to the center. Rolling over, and then back to the center. You're looking for this rotation in your lumbar spine. So as much as you can, have the opposition where your shoulders and your upper body, your thoracic spine, are trying to stay planted on the mat, or at least working in the opposite direction of your knee. Now this time, or before you go over, extend your bottom arm out, and roll yourself all the way over. Once you are there, reposition yourself so that you can be lengthened along your mat. And that top leg, your toe is going to be hooked around your knee at the back. You can have this hand here for your balance, and then lower it down, lift it up. Start to feel this, or look for this here along the outside of your glute. We're coming through a bit of internal rotation here. And just really allow your breath to be a guide, ribs collecting together in the front. Now the next time you come down, I want you to put your knee down on the floor. If your pelvis turns a little, that's okay. Take your arm, and you're going to start here with your shoulders aligned, and then push forward. So you get a bit of protraction, and then draw it back. And you can even retract as you go back if you wish. Push forward, and then draw it back. Just a little bit of playing around here with your shoulders, their alignment, their space, the connection along your ribs. And then leave that hand down, or bring it in. And we're going to resume here with a little bit of work into your pelvis. So what I want you to actually do is feel here that you're trying to rock your pelvis backwards and then slide it forwards. And you're back to doing a little bit of rotation in your lower back, lumbar spine. Maybe even feeling it along your obliques. Last one there. Then bring yourself up. So you're going to come all the way around and you're going to end up here, just up on that left knee. Right leg lengthen back. Push back. Control return. I'm going to move forward just a little bit here. Long spine, pushing back and return. So your leg that's lengthened out is basically staying parallel along the floor, and you're hovering back a little bit towards your heel. Take the opposite arm and extend it out. So now you're going to have your right leg and left arm, and continue. Long line here of your spine. Last one. Then place your hand down. Place that extended leg down onto the floor. Reach back with your second leg. Here into your plank position, you're going to roll out your ankles. So I'm actually taking my ankles and my heels out to the sides and to the center. Just rolling along here. Get that connection in from your shoulder girdle, of course, for the stability. Then cross both of your feet over. So I just cross the right over the left. Pivot to one side. Back to the center. Pivot to the other side. So this is a little bit of work here into your ankle stabilizers. Of course, into your core. Bit of work into your obliques as you fold and rotate. Park it in the middle, cross your legs over in the other direction, just so we can even it out. Looking for this folding, twisting action. A little bit of side oblique work. Last one. Then back to the center, uncross both of your legs, bring your knees down, press back into your child's pose. Now from your child's pose position here, we're going to come through a little bit of flexion. So on your exhale, I want you to round through your spine, flexing slightly forward, or slightly back, sorry. And then inhale, push yourself forward, and then come into a little bit of extension. So you're actually going to lift your bottom off your heels and extend. Then press your bottom back down, exhale, rounding through your spine, returning back. Inhale, extend, ribs present to the floor. Last set here, exhale, flexing, rounding, pressing away, inhaling, space. Then bring yourself up. We're gonna come around to the other side. So coming down, you're gonna have your bottom leg straight, top leg is bent, lying here on your side with your top toe hooked around your back knee. So hooking it around there, feel now that you're going to lower it down towards the floor and lift it up. So this first sequence, I want you to find your pelvis is stabilized. So there's no lateral shifting or rocking. And you're using your glute here, opening up, closing down. Do that little check-in of your body where you can find your ribs collected, little space here for your mouse hole underneath with that core engaged. Then I want you to bring it all the way down. Let your knee rest on the floor. Take your top arm and extend it out. Then slightly push forward, protraction of your shoulder, retract it back. Protracting forward, retract it back. And if you can, think about isolating this into your scap. So I'm trying to move my scap, my shoulder blade, and my arm is attached so it moves as well. This time when you pull it back, park it in, then movement of your pelvis. So it's going to float slightly back and then come forward. Little bit of rotation and movement here. Rocking around. It's kind of the counter movement or counterintuitive because it's what we're trying to avoid regularly when we do side lying work. But it feels really good to have this mobility. Last one. Then bring yourself up and around so you can end up now down on that knee. Lengthening out your body, lifting that back leg. Find that it is long, and then hover back and control forward. So just do a little check-in here again, that you can have that stability from your core. Long line of your spine. And your head and neck, remember, are an extension of your spine, so they're not draping down towards the floor. Then you're going to take the opposite arm out. Both are staying extended, pressing back. And of course, if that is too much, just put your hand down on the floor. Looking for this breathing and connection. One more here. And then place your hand down, other knee down. Now you're going to stay in your 4-point kneeling here as we do some scap push-ups. So I want you to just check in. You can have your neutral spine, and then just your scaps are going to change. So you're going to retract, protract, retract, protract. So there's not a lot of movement in the rest of your body. You're just looking for this connection here from your shoulder girdle, with your ribs, with your core. Do one more set. Then pause there. Take your right hand behind your head. Inhale, open up, rotation. Exhale, back down. Inhale, extend, open. Exhale, return, switching over, other side. Inhale, opening up. A little bit of rotation there for your spine, and then return. Inhaling space, and return. And then place both of your hands down. Bring yourself back. You're going to come into your modified Z-sit position. So your legs are going to be a little bit stacked on top of each other. And you're going to have your hands, so I have both of my feet going to the right, and I have my left hand down. Now you're going to think about this as movement of your pelvis. So you're going to move your pelvis, rocking it off the mat, that bottom cheek comes off, and then push it down towards the mat, folding over and across. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, over and across. And what this is letting you do is get a variation of lateral flexion compared to how we normally do it with the mermaid. And just feels really good here around your waist. Breathing through. Now this time when you are over, I want you to take that top leg, you're going to extend it out. Find that little bit of that nice long line there. Then small movement, lift and lower. So I'm not going down on my forearm. You can come all the way down on your forearm if you wish, but I'm up a little bit, getting a little bit more work into my lats underneath. Long line here, breathing through. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Very good. Bring everything back in. Take that top leg, wrap it all the way around, and then rotate and twist. Breathe here into this rotation. Feel like you're spiralizing, and then unravel. Flip everything over to the other side. Starting here in this modified position, hand down. So remember, you're thinking about lifting your bottom cheek off and then pushing it back down. Takes a little bit to get the position right. Push it down and fold over, and then return. Now the check-in here is check out that shoulder of the hand that's on the floor. You don't want it, or I don't want it to come up and down a lot. Think about connecting from underneath, deep pressing, and then folding at your waist. And you should feel this again around your waist, that lateral flexion, the folding of your spine, and of course the movement of your pelvis. One more set here. Then hold it out there, come part way down, top leg lifts off, find that long line, and then small movement, lift and lower. So there's a lot of work here into your obliques on the top side, glute work, of course. Really think about your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Amazing, very good. Come all the way around. You're gonna come now onto your palms, and I want you to think about really opening your chest up and lengthening out. Then one leg at a time, lift up, press back. Whole body comes back, and then bring everything up. Press back, bring everything up. So it's essentially a modification of your teaser, a little bit less challenging. But I really want you to think about this connection from your center and that presentation of your heart center, your chest opening, trying to let your shoulders round forward. Last one there. Then park it here. Lengthen your legs out. Find that strong work from your center, pressing up, lowering down. We're going to do this 4 times. Lift up, control, and lower. Lift, control, and lower. 2 more. Feel your core engaging. Last one. Then hold it up there, bend both of your knees. Leave yourself up there. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So constantly thinking about that expansion of your chest, the connection from your core. And here it's really important to find some stability of your pelvis. Now from here, after your next set, we're going to lower halfway down, hovering off the floor, and return back up. Lower down, and return. Now, of course, you can come all the way down at any time if this gets too much. So lots of work into the shoulder girdle. Find your breath. Last 3, 2, last one. This time, come down. Lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Reach forward, flex your spine. From this flex spine position, sit yourself up tall. Let's do that a few more times, just coming through your spine stretch. So think about this roundedness here, drawing in and forward, and then restacking. Down and restack. One more here. Then I'm going to wiggle all the way down to the end of the mat so I can flow through my roll down. So flex forward, tuck your tailbone under, rounding through, reach the floor, extend your arms up overhead and bring yourself up. Tuck your chin towards your chest, drawing your belly in and coming through again. So we're going to do this a few times. Just draw some awareness into your own body. Remember, this is an even articulation of your spine as much as you can. So not having just your shoulders round forward. Just get some awareness around that. And feel here this movement as fluid as you can make it. Make this your last one, and we're going to finish together down on the mat. And then I want you to roll yourself over to your side. I'm going to start on my right side. This time on your side, you're going to have both of your knees bent. Now you can have your head up into your hand here. Both of your knees are bent. Bottom one is a little bit forward, top one is a little bit back. Leave both of them grounded down on the floor and then lift and lower. So a simultaneous internal and external rotation. Get that awareness and connection here from your core. Breathing through. And then leave both of your legs down on the floor. Top leg only now. Toe stays touching. Open and close. Again, this awareness around your pelvis. We're looking for this wrapping sensation, glutes engaging, opening up. Then hold it up on your next one. lift like you're drawing a rainbow with your knee, and back. So you're not going to touch down in either your knee or your toe, but you are having this arc-like shape as you draw it along. Check in, look for that breath, that connection. Still looking for this space here underneath. And just always going back and being aware of what's happening in your body when you're not looking. Do 3 more. 2. Last one. Then take that top leg, extend it out straight. Make it as long and straight as you can be. And then your top arm comes out. Now I want you to extend your bottom arm out, just hovering here. And then small movement of your leg up and down. Look for that space across your hip flexor in the front. Breathing through. Deep press your shoulders. Try not to let them creep up to your ears. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Very good. Place it down. And then pivot yourself around. You can bring that bottom knee forward that was bent and press back into your stretch. Pigeon pose if you're a yogi. Let yourself come down, breathing, opening. And then from here, just walk your hands back a little bit. We're going to come into a little bit of extension. So wherever you need to walk them back to then extend open. Present your heart forward and then hinging back down. Inhale, extending, chest expands, shoulders depressed, pressing back down. Last one here. Then bring yourself up, swapping everything over. So now you're going to have that bottom leg down bent as you come down to the floor. That bottom leg is forward while your top leg is back. Still neutral here in your pelvis, and then both legs lift and lower. So your top knee will be on the floor. On the bottom leg, it will be more along your IT onto your thigh. So if you can't get, you can see here my top knee, or bottom knee, sorry, isn't on the floor. That's fine. We're just looking for this intentional lift and lower. And of course that connection with your breath, your ribs, your center. Then pause when you are down on the next one. Top leg only. Lift and close. Look for your breath to be the guide. Rewind back to the beginning of class when you made yourself or brought yourself present on the mat. You're looking for that to stay the same. No distractions, no wandering minds. Stay up on your next one. Lift, and then you're drawing your arc. Knee, toe. Check in with any place where you are holding tension or maybe holding tension. Allow it to dissipate. Allow it to go away. 3 more. 2. Last one. Then take that top leg, extend it out completely straight. Both arms now. Create this really long line of your body, then small movement, lift and lower. Very good. Breathing, not rocking. Lots of pelvic floor, deep core connection for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Very good. Bring it down and pivot yourself around here so that top or that bottom leg can come up. And you can just stretch out nicely here. Feel that nice space. You can hinge forward. Bring yourself down, lying towards the mat with your forehead. And if you want to stay down there and that feels good for you, you can. Or you can come with me through some extension. Bring your hands back. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, chest expand. You're looking for this in your upper back, not your lower back. Exhale, drawing down. Inhale, space. Exhale, lower. And then bring yourself up. Take that leg, leaving it there. You're gonna bring your other one around, spiralizing, twisting, opening. And then find yourself sitting in a comfortable position, wherever that is for you. Take in a really nice deep breath. You can take your hands back to your ribs, you can have them by your sides, you can have them wherever it's comfortable to allow you to go back inside your body and check in. See how you're finishing here, see how you feel. Notice anything that there is for you to be aware of, the signs and signals that your body is giving you after you have moved and done this work in your body and your mind. And before you leave and get up off your mat and carry on, give yourself the credit for showing up. Acknowledge that you came here and you did this work. Take in a really nice deep breath, reminding yourself how great you are. Exhale, know that you've done an awesome job. And thank you so very much for being here and doing it with me. Can't wait to see you again soon. See you later.